What's up, guys? Back again for another one. If you're new to the channel, how about click that subscribe button, click the bell so you get notified every time we post new content. Give me the thumbs up, don't forget to click that like button, and hey, mention anything you feel free you want to talk about in the comments. I will promise I will get back to you. I'm very adamant about the communication between creator and viewer. I enjoy the communication there. So we're exactly T-minus 1 week away from teal season today. So 1 week from today, teal season will be in here in Alabama, and I've been waiting on sharing a teal tip video because YouTube has been flooded with it here lately. I know it, so I wanted to wait a little closer to season to share those tips. But I want to try to incorporate something different that other people haven't shared, and I've come up with a couple of things. So anyway, I've got 5 things here, 5 tips I want to share for teal season from me. First thing is choke selection. I think it's a pretty important thing to think about during teal season. This is an improved cylinder. Of course, everybody knows the improved cylinder is going to give you a little bit wider pattern. So if you're shooting decoy and ducks, or decoy and teal for the most part, over your decoys, then an improved cylinder is a good option. You know, if you're taking 10 to 15 yard shots, a modified is going to be a really tight pattern, and it's really little too much, in my opinion. And these are strictly my opinion. A little too much pattern at that closer range. If you're going to be taking passing shots, possibly, or if you think you're going to be taking decoy shots and passing shots, then maybe you want to go with a modified. You know, because you're not going to have time to change tubes between shots. So maybe you want to go with modified if that's the case. But me, where I like to hunt, or where I'm hunting at, where I will be hunting, it'll be open water, marshland type area. I'm going to go with a modified, and which will bring on tip number 2. Shot size. Now, you can shoot any kind of shell that's your choice, or maybe you have a favorite shell. I don't know. I really don't have a favorite per se. I like the Remington high-speed steels. They pattern very well, and they shoot good, cycle very well through my gun. As well as the Rios. I like the Rios. They cycle well. They shoot well. They're a little bit trashy as far as in your bore. They're a little bit dirty. They're not very clean shooting shells as compared to like maybe a Federal or something like that. But they're good shells. And for the price, you really can't beat them. Even like $20 a box for steel shots. So it's a pretty good price. Anyway, so shot size. I'm going to shoot a number 4 or a number 5. I've decided this year, me and Cade went and shot my shotgun a while ago. I did some patterning with the number 4s and the number 5s with a modified choke and an improved cylinder. And I'm here to tell you that my gun, now I know I'm going to catch some grief, number 4s, number 5s, I get it. Comparing the two, I know a number 5 is going to have more shot in it than a number 4. I understand that, but I'm talking about the constriction, the grouping of the shot. Not how many pellets is in a circle, but the grouping of it. The number 5 Rios with a modified choke grouped better. I had less strays, less voids with the number 5s than I did the number 4s. And I understand, probably because it's more shot, that eliminates that. I understand it. You ain't got to criticize me in the comments on that. I'm well aware of that. But there's no need to be shooting a number 3 shot or a number 2, something that you'd be shooting during big duck season. So you don't want to pick up your blind bag. Oh, I still got 3 boxes left over from last season. Well, they're number 2s or number 3s. Man, that is way too big for a teal. A teal, his little breast, he ain't about that big. There ain't much to him, guys. You know, he ain't too much bigger than a blue jay. You know, I mean, he's not that big of a bird. So the number 2, that's just way too big. That's like shooting. I mean, that'd be like shooting buckshot, for Pete's sake. That's just way too big a shot. So I'm gonna go with number 5s or number 4s. Primarily number 5s for me. But hey, if I run out of shells, I'm gonna stick that number 4 in there and I'm gonna rock on with it with a modified choke, because I'm probably I'll be in an area where I may be taking some pass shots, so I'm gonna go with the modified choke. Tip number 3, Mojo Rippler. If you don't have a Mojo Rippler, you can use a quiver magnet or a jerk cord, but you need something, some type of system or decoy to give you that ripple effect on the water. It's something about this time of year, I don't know what it is, but the wind don't blow that much. You don't have, the wind's not that big of a factor, so the water a lot of times is going to be like a sheet of glass, and your decoys are going to have no motion. So if you got one of these guys out there doing that number right there, you're spreading some ripples out through your spread. It gives it more of a lifelike look, so I recommend that. Tip number 4, hip boots. I don't know where you're at, who you may be, or where you might be at watching this video. If you're in the South, the deep South, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, maybe even Tennessee, Texas, hot out there, boys. This might be something you want to go with. A hip boot. Man, it is way too hot this time of year to be putting on some neoprene waders, neoprene chest waders, and stomping through a marsh. It's too hot. You know, nobody wants to have a heat stroke chasing teal. So we're going to go with the hip boots. That's what I'm going to wear, because it is hot as the devil's butt crack here in South Alabama. And that right there, man, you can pull them things up, hop out the boat, hop out the blind, whatever you're in, go out there, pick up your birds, reposition your spread, move your spinner, whatever you may be doing. And then when you get back in the blind, pull them things down, roll them down like this around the boot, and cool off, get some air. So I recommend that too. Tip number 5 is not going to be a shocker to you. If you've ever teal hunted before, then you know. A spinner is almost a must when it comes to teal season. Man, these things, they will suck into this thing like it's a magnet. And primarily the reason behind that is most of your teal are going to be, well, not most of them, but a lot of them are hatchlings for the most part. They were just hatched out, you know, back in the early spring or late spring, early summer, and they've never seen one of these things before. This is their first time migrating. They're coming down the Grand Passage, and they come over this sucker, they sit down right on top of it. And anybody who's teal hunted before knows they're not like big ducks. They're not going to land outside your decoy for the most part. They're going to sit down right in the middle of them, right on top of this mojo. So this time of year is when mojos get shot, when decoys get shot, and it's not intentional, it just collateral damage. It happens. So, you know, you got to have this in your spread. This in conjunction with the Rippler or a jerk string, jerk cord, something like that is a must. It just really adds life to your spread. This time of year, you get that ripple effect on the water, and you got your spinner above it or in the background spinning. Looks like more ducks is coming into light, or ducks are sitting on the water and they're stretching their wings, whatever it may be. It just really adds some life to your spread. And that's something, of course, no big secret there, but you gotta do it. It's like taking your shotgun. You don't go teal hunting without a spinner. You gotta have that. Now, I got a bonus tip for you. I'm gonna call it tip number 6, but we just gonna stick with bonus. You might laugh at me. You may not. You might already do it. If you don't, I encourage you to do it. We learned this a few years ago, and it works. I promise it works, or I wouldn't be telling you about it. I got 2 of these, and that's old Harry and Larry. I got 2 of them. They were once pink flamingos. See, right now they're kind of shedding their winter coat, and they still got some pink left on them. We're going to fix that. Me and OK going to get the white spray paint out. We're going to fix these dudes up. They ain't nothing but confidence decoy. You know, some people use blue heron crane decoys and stuff like that. Man, I'm not spending 40, 50 bucks on a blue heron when I can get on Amazon and order a couple of these babies for about 15 bucks. A little white spray paint, you good to go. But right here where we live, And it may be the same thing in your area. You should pay attention. If you haven't been out scouting, then you might want to do it. But just go on a boat ride. You ain't even gotta go scout. Just get out and look and see what you see. I guarantee you're gonna see a lot of these white birds. They're some kind of crane or something, I guess. I don't know, but they're everywhere. So you mix some of these in around your spread, around your blind. You know, you can't have too many. Buy 6 of them. I might get me some more. I think the more of these you have, the more realism it adds to it, more comfort the ducks have when they pass by or they're circling, working your spread. The more of these out there, the better they feel. And me and Cade gave them a name. I got 2. I got Harry and Larry. If you have some, or if you have a confidence decoy, you have a name for it, put it in the comments. I'd like to see what your names are. But that's the bonus tip. I'm telling you. You need to get something like that. Well, like I said, we're a week away from teal season, guys. That's my few little tips. You know, it only lasts 2 weeks. I don't know about, you know, everywhere else in the U.S., but here in Alabama, teal season lasts, you know, I think it's exactly 16 days if I remember right, but you know, 2 weeks for the most part. And that usually gives you like 2 weekends, you know, if you work Monday through Friday, so you ain't got a lot of time to do it. So you got to take advantage of the little time you get to hunt during teal season. But it's almost here. We're a week away. We're excited about it. We're fired up. We got a few more things we're going to do prep work wise, and we'll be ready to go. I'm going to get that taken care of this week. And me and Cade, we'll be in the blind. Hopefully going to smoke some teals next Saturday morning. So y'all be looking for that video to drop in about a week's time from now. So till next time, guys, y'all bust them up.